Senator Bill Hagerty joins us right now, the Tennessee Republican, kind enough to join us on Connecting Then with Now, I guess, Senator, because we're awaiting the formal trial of these Guantanamo, alleged attackers. At the same time, we're dealing with the organization they represented now back in charge in Afghanistan. It's weird, you know?
It's heartbreaking, too, Neil, because they're stronger than they were 20 years ago. If you think about where the Taliban stand today, it's amazing. They're well armed, and they're in a better position than they were even 20 years ago when we went into the first place to deal with this. I've heard from veterans across Tennessee. I just got back from a visit to the UK and to NATO to talk to our allies there. They're all asking the same question. You know, how did we wind up in a situation where the Taliban today is stronger than they were 20 years ago?
We learned as well today, Senator, and I don't know, how accurate this is. The Taliban says it has squashed whatever remaining opposition was in, I believe, the northern part of the country, so that they have full control of the country. They named a sort of a caretaker prime minister. All the key spots in parliament there, I believe they're still calling it parliament, are all Taliban honchos. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it's to be expected. Given the vacuum that we've created in Afghanistan, the Taliban are now in control. They're going to take every position, putting some of the most hardened criminals, I think, into positions of leadership and authority. This is going to create a cauldron of terror, I think, in Afghanistan. It's going to endanger our allies in the region. They were clear to me about that in my recent trip to the UK and to NATO. It's going to put a huge refugee pressure on the region as well, because I think the destabilization of Afghanistan is going to precipitate another great exodus of Afghan citizens as they try to flee the Taliban leaders.
You know, Senator, we're getting mixed reads on those who are trying to fly out of the country by private means, having nothing to do with the United States government. They've had a devil of a time getting people out. We're told that a minimum of 4 have indeed gotten out. But the problem is allegedly with the State Department allowing them to be processed out. Now, the State Department claims that's not the case. Maybe you have better intelligence than I do. What's going on here? What is holding this process up?
Neil, my staff have been working with the State Department every day for weeks now, through the weekends, trying to get people out. We're going to have Secretary Blinken in front of my committee. I serve on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee next Tuesday. I fully intend to get to the bottom of this. I've heard the same mixed reports that you have. We still lack clarity on what's happening there. The problem is we don't have any presence on the ground to address it. Again, this is the precipitous fallout of a plan that wasn't well executed, if there was a plan at all. And I intend to get to the bottom of that as well.
Lindsey Graham had mentioned that we're going to have to eventually get back into Afghanistan, bring troops back in. Do you agree with that?
You know, it's yet to be seen, but I'll say this. Our mission isn't over until we have every American safe. We've made promises to our allies, to folks that helped us there in Afghanistan. We left them in the lurch. Again, when I was on my trip to the UK and NATO, they were very clear with me. They said, it appears to us that you've allowed a calendar rather than conditions on the ground to dictate your actions. You've allowed a press release opportunity to dictate what you're doing. They're looking at us and saying you're letting domestic politics drive the national security of your nation and ours. There's a tremendous amount of frustration about this. This is not the way to approach challenges like this. We should have based everything on the conditions on the ground. We still have a job to do there. Now, how we go about it, we've got to get to the bottom of it very quickly. And again, as I said, Secretary Blinken will be testifying before us on Tuesday.
What do you expect to come out of that hearing, those hearings?
Well, accountability is the overarching goal right now, and oversight here. We need to find out what the plan is. We need to press hard on having an actionable plan that will work, that will help keep Americans safe, that will get the Americans that are still trapped there out, as well as our allies. That's what we need to press hard for, and that's what I fully intend to do.
All right. Senator Bill Hagerty, thank you very much. Very good
chatting
with you again.